Good afternoon, everyone. We're about to get started with some Saturday NBA action brought to you by 2K Sports. We've got a chance now for our starting lineups from point guard to center. This game should be a good one. First for Brooklyn, Deron Williams out there with Livingston. And patrolling the paint, one of the fiercest defenders in NBA history and former MVP and Defensive Player of the Year. A big ticket, Kevin Garnett. Then there's Johnson, and it's Pierce in at the four-man position. And for Toronto, Lowry and Ross pairing up in the backcourt. And at the 5, the 5th overall pick in the 2011 draft, a fleet-footed 6'11" big man out of Lithuania, Jonas Valanciunas. Then it's DeRozan, and it's Johnson in a power forward. Johnson attacking. Outside, Pierce. Pass to Williams. Right side, Williams. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Johnson. Misses off the left iron.
It was a slow start at first for Valanciunas, partially because he was hampered by injuries at times. But towards the midpoint of the season, I think he really started to find himself.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
On defense, Toronto. And now Doris Burke has an update from the sidelines.
I had a chance to talk with the head coach for Brooklyn, and he said a big factor in this game will be how well they're able to handle Kyle Lowry. He admitted being a fan of his game, saying he's a tough athletic guard who really competes. Defense, rebounding, attack the paint, he'll take it to you. We've got to be ready to match his motor and his aggressiveness. Kevin, are they up to it?
Always great to hear from you, Doris. And for Valanciunas, in his rookie season, you got to figure, Clark, a big part of it adjusting to the size and the strength of the NBA.
You're all over it, Kevin. He does need to add some muscle. He's athletic, gets up and down the floor pretty well, has excellent hands, which you can't teach. So that's an asset you love to see. I think in time, he could be one of the top scoring centers in the league.
And here is Williams, following the three-pointer by DeMar DeRozan. Lowry with the ball. Dishes it to Ross. Johnson with a screen on Garnett. Ross kicks to Lowry. Goes up from the top of the key. Again, Toronto.
Good work to tack some more points onto this lead.
Those are the kind of possessions they can build on and begin to pull away here. You know, last season for the Nets, high expectations, guys. They were the runaway pick to be the most improved team in the league, and ownership stressed that their goal was nothing less than the championship. They had a bumpy stretch at one point, steadied themselves, but still a third head coach now in the span of a year.
Well, they finally connect with their 4th shot of the game.
Raptors leading by 4. The feed to Ross. Ross gets a screen from Johnson. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Johnson. It's off his foot. And they're saying he kicked the ball. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, Williams kicks to Pierce. Out of bounds. Next ball as Brooklyn keeps possession. And when the coaching change was made for the Nets, a lot was made of some of the comments by Deron Williams. Steve admitting that he'd been more comfortable with the offense in Utah.
Well, which is kind of ironic because when he was in Utah, sometimes he complained about the style of play. I think the big thing is for Deron Williams, his teams just have to win, and he has to lead. He's being paid as a superstar, and it's up to him to lead his club, and I think that's what he's trying to do this year.
And here's Lowry, following the three-pointer by Paul Pierce. DeRozan dishes to Lowry. And again, Toronto with the triple.
Red hot, right out of the gates. 4 for 4 shooting.
Nets trailed by 4. First quarter play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Here is Livingston. Left side Pierce. The 19-foot shot. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. 8 points for Paul Pierce. Here is Lowry. Passes it to Ross. Back to Lowry. The pass to Valanciunas. Goes up the baseline. No good. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it.
Well, head coach Jason Kidd, that's a phrase I didn't expect to hear this quickly, but Kidd wasted no time. Only a matter of weeks after he announced his retirement as a player, he was named the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets. And it's going to be interesting to see the transition. Kidd, obviously great basketball IQ, so well respected as a person in the league. I think it's just a matter of time before he really finds his footing and becomes an excellent coach.
Lowry for three, and again Toronto with the triple.
And you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Nets trailed by 3. Here is Livingston. Back to Garnett. Hangs. And it's Lowry with the rebound. And back to Coach Jason Kidd, Clark, a rookie at the coaching profession, but one of the most intelligent and respected point guards over his 19 years in the NBA.
Yeah, always respected as a leader, and his basketball IQ off the chart. So I think he's one of the few guys that could go right from playing to being a successful head coach.
You know, you got to love the way that Amir Johnson attacks around the rim, whether it's, looking to finish off a play or grab a rebound or block a shot. You love his no-nonsense approach to defending and finishing in the lane.
And that one falls for Johnson. And Amir Johnson, not just a finisher, Clark, around the rim, a shot blocker, a pretty good defender.
Yeah, he's got excellent length for a power forward, and he's put some rocks in his pockets over the years. He's become better able to hold his ground inside. Folks, that means basically he's added some weight, is what's happened with Amir. Well, no team likes to have their first-round pick belong to another team. It gets worse when you're a lottery team yourself and you're trying to build your talent base up. But the Raptors' number 12 pick in this summer's draft went to one of the elite teams in Oklahoma City.
Here is Ross. Darren Williams picking up that last basket. Up off the screen. Brooklyn trailing. Here is Livingston. He feeds it to Plumlee. Outside Williams. Nets passing it around. Plumlee, no luck. Well, Clark, as you said, the Thunder got the Raptors' first selection this last year. Only the way the Raptors would have been able to hang on to it was, Steve, if they jumped up to the top 3 in the lottery.
And as bad as it might seem for the Raptors to have not had a first, and it is bad, it was as good as any other time for them to not have a first-round pick because the draft wasn't deep. The Raptors have a lot of young talent already, and that they can make improvement with.
The Nets making a switch here. Kirilenko's checked in. Brooklyn's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Livingston gets a screen from Plumlee. Livingston, that's good.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Lowry against Williams. Pass to DeRozan. Boom, he jams it straight down.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
Well, he should stay with those basics in a tight ball game because we've got one here tonight.
For Brooklyn, they've gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Johnson sets the screen for Williams. Now the dish to Johnson. Great D that time from DeRozan.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. And the Nets making a change here. Anderson's checked in. On defense, the Nets trailing by 2. Ross kicks to Lowry. Second chance shot. And he's knocked off course by the D. The foul called. He'll shoot free throws. It's going to be on Mason Plumlee.
Lowry is a feisty, quick, strong point guard, Kevin, and he's a very aggressive defender, gets a lot of steals, and then offensively, I love the way he's developed his long-range shot. That's something he couldn't do well when he first entered the league, but now he's a big-time three-point shooter.
And he's also a pretty good defender who really presses up and gets into people. He creates steals and forces turnovers, and that, to me, is part of what makes him special, utilizing that quickness and strength to disrupt things defensively. You know, the Nets really turned things around last season, guys, and a big part of that was them turning around their road record a bit. Turned some of those losses into wins, and much better on the road. It got them the 4th seed in the East.
Here is Vasquez, following the score by Kirilenko. Outside for Lowry. And again, no good by Toronto. Nets have gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. And for the Nets, who looked so much better when they were out on the road last season, actually ended with the 2nd-best road record, Steve, in the Eastern Conference.
And you remember their hot start to the season last year. Well, a lot of that was them coming in ready and winning games on the road. Eventually, they cooled off, made a coaching change, and then all the huge offseason moves. So this is really something to watch this year. A pretty exciting club.
Salmons after the missed 3 from Deron Williams. Vasquez can't get it to go.
Nobody anywhere close to him. Where's the defense? He's got to make that shot, though.
Williams with the ball, now guarded by Salmons. From deep, Thornton. The rebound by Patterson.
Nobody near him. He'll normally make that one.
He dishes it to Vasquez. They get it again. Here's Novak. Makes it off the glass. And the Raptors lead by 3.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Williams kicks to Plumlee. Pulls up on the wing. Salmons grabs the miss.
That's one he knows he should have made.
Patterson a screen on Kirilenko. They set the pick. Kicks it to Lowry. From downtown, that's good. Now it's a 6-point Raptor lead.
And that kind of defense is just not going to cut it, guys. They have to get a hand in his face.
Kirilenko the pass to Plumlee. Out to Kirilenko. 6 to shoot. Feeds it to Williams. From outside the arc, gets the bucket. Williams has got 5 now.
This is great. 3-pointers going down quickly at both ends.
Yeah, it took them no time to answer back on that possession.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
The Raptors have been in the rebuilding process for a while now, and even though they still didn't crack the postseason, they were able to do something they haven't done in several years. Win more than they lose here in Toronto.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Blatche comes in for Mason Plumlee. And Teletovic subbed in for Deron Williams. Salmons from outside. That falls. Great assist by Vasquez. Salmons got his first 3 points of the game. And it might seem like such a small accomplishment, but going back to what you said, Clark, about the Raptors, that they are a young team, and it takes small steps like that to climb up the standings. Steve, you know, this year to year.
Yeah, no question. I mean, unless you have a once-in-a-lifetime or at least once-in-a-generation type player in the draft, you have to do it with smaller steps, and that's what the Raptors are trying to do.
And here's Vasquez after the 3-pointer from Anderson. Novak kicks to Patterson. Stolen by Anderson. Left side Anderson. Thornton. And stolen by Kyle Lowry. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it 3.
Looks like he's trying to find a groove in this game. Just hasn't had it dialed in yet.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Raptors.
Boy, the 3-point shot has really been dropping for him early on.
And the other thing we're seeing is great ball movement. We're seeing a lot of good offensive execution, ball movement, player movement, setting up assists.
Thornton, and he banks in the layup.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And that's going to open things up for them on the perimeter going forward, Clark.
Here is Novak. Back to Lowry. There's 45 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Novak, just 5 on the clock. Again, Toronto.
Well, they've really come out on fire with the killer instinct here, absolutely torching it from beyond the arc.
Salmons against Anderson. He kicks it to Thornton. He passes to Blatche. Anderson back to Blatche. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. The Nets shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. That free throw, no good. And the second free throw, good. 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Pass to Salmons. Salmons off a pick from Patterson. Salmons, no luck.
Excellent. Really solid job, actually, by the defense to get in his way as he was going up for that one.
And so the first quarter is in the books. Toronto ahead. They're up by 5. We'll be back shortly live from... And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And guys, what's your take on Toronto so far?
Now the key has been the rebounding department in this club, dominating the paint area. And if this continues, they'll be in great shape.
Well, they've done 2 things. They've limited second chances, and they've been able to flex their muscle down low. You know, guys, Kirilenko took a year off from the NBA in 11-12 to play in his native Russia, and he won the EuroLeague MVP. Also helped Russia bring home the bronze in London, and last season was a key player for Minnesota.
Let's check out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, guys, Kirilenko has signed a contract with the Brooklyn Nets after playing a year with his old team, CSKA Moscow, in 2011-12. He said, with the condensed season in the NBA, it was a great chance for me to play in Russia in front of my family and friends while I'm still in my prime. And guys, he won the EuroLeague MVP. Now, back at it in the NBA.
Nice to have him back. Thanks, Doris. And for Kirilenko last season, as you mentioned, Clark, a big role for the Timberwolves. Now, Steve, if he can just stay healthy.
Yeah, all those injuries. He missed 18 games last year, but with his defense and his versatility, he helped keep that team afloat. Way to play in attack mode and get inside.
And, you know, if you're on defense and you're going to foul, make sure it's a good one. They did, preventing the and one.
Free throw, good, Anderson.
A big change for the Nets, who stormed up the leaderboard in the East and even had a chance at taking a very tough Atlantic Division last season. They actually were in the picture for the title until the end.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Kevin Garnett has checked in for Blatche, and it's Livingston in for Teletovic. And the Nets' first goal going forward this year is to make that jump into the best team in New York and the rest of the division. Steve, a lot of strong teams in the Atlantic, but they do well against them.
Yeah, last year they had the best interdivision record than anybody in the Atlantic. So, you know, if you can take care of business within your division, it always puts you in a good position down the stretch.
Toronto's gone to three-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them. Vasquez kicks to Ross. Dishes it to Vasquez. Clock at 6. Out to DeRozan from past the arc. Raptors get it back. Valanciunas dishes to Johnson. Here is Livingston. Livingston gets a screen from Pierce. A 3 from Anderson. It's rebounded by Vasquez.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Valanciunas passes to Vasquez. No good on the triple. The Nets have gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Livingston. No good. That would have tied it.
You see the defenders get out of his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the bucket, but not that time.
Three-pointer. Ross, that's good. And the Raptors lead by 5. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Here is Livingston. DeRozan defending. It's stolen by DeRozan. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
What a pass, and then the layup was a bit of a circus move.
Oh, so smooth.
Well, you know what? He could have fouled that up going for the big slam. I thought that was a nice job just taking the layup.
Thornton defended by Vasquez. And the basket by Thornton. Thornton's got 7 points in the game.
Well, he's one player who can get hot in a big hurry. It's like he has an on-off switch, and once it gets flipped on, he's tough to stop.
Something else I'll say is that he loves those catch-and-shoot situations, Steve. When he receives a pass in space, it's right away looking to shoot.
And it's DeRozan missing.
Boy, I'm shocked he didn't make that one. He usually knocks that one down with ease.
And a little under 3.5 minutes elapsed in the second quarter of play. Livingston kicks to Garnett. The shake. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Toronto leading by 5. Valanciunas dishes to Johnson.
Well, you know, it seems that Amir Johnson is the kind of player who's always in and out of a starting lineup. Never really had a chance to lock down that starting role for an extended period of time last year, but was pretty good when he did get the nod.
The Raptors shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. Joe Johnson, he's checked in for the Nets. And he sinks the second. And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Livingston kicks to Thornton. Johnson outside. 5 on the clock. DeRozan defending. From 12 feet out. Off the left rim and out. And for Amir Johnson, it's pretty unbelievable, but he's approaching a decade in the NBA. The kids in Los Angeles, it just seemed like the other day, you know, he was just coming to the league. Just 26 years of age, and here he is, almost a decade in the league.
Yeah, drafted out of Westchester High School in Los Angeles. You wonder how his development would have been different if he'd gone the college route, but he does seem to be coming on now the last couple of seasons.
The feed now to Ross. Johnson with a screen on Thornton. DeRozan on the wing. Another miss by DeRozan.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Here's Johnson. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Well, you look at the Joe Johnson trade for the Nets. He's picked up his max contract from the Hawks, committing $80 million over 4 years. But, you know, last season, his lowest point output in over a decade, a down season overall. But, hey, there's a lot of talent on this team. He's not expected to score as much anymore.
Now Vasquez, 5 points in the game. Vasquez gets a screen from Valanciunas. Passes it to Vasquez. And that one hits back iron. And for the Nets, they started the season doing some of that isolation offensively for Joe Johnson that we saw in Atlanta, Clark.
And even with the most efficient individual scorers, that's not usually the way to go offensively over the long haul. With Joe going through a bit of a lull in terms of his shooting percentages, I thought they might have been better served to anchor the offense around Brook Lopez inside.
DeRozan passes to Johnson. On the pass to Ross. No good from outside. For Brooklyn, they've gone 4 of 10 in the second quarter from the field. And it's slammed in by Thornton.
Rising high to throw that one down.
Sky high. Fantastic one-hand jam.
Yeah, what a way to wrap up that possession.
Vasquez kicks to Ross. Johnson with a screen on Thornton. Can they get it? And there's the nice layup by Johnson. Johnson's got 5 points now this quarter.
Man, it's nice to see Raptors coach Dwayne Casey getting another chance at being a head coach. A lot of people felt he got a bum rap back in Minnesota in 2007. He had that team overachieving at 500 when he was let go. So I'm glad he's gotten a second chance and he's making the most of it.
Here is Livingston. Marcus Thornton on the wing. Puts up a three. The putback, and it's slammed in by Garnett. And the Nets lead by 2.
Kev, he came out of nowhere to slam that one back in.
Well, that's making him pay for letting him get his hands on that rebound.
Yeah, is it ever, Kevin?
And you go back to that Timberwolves team at 500. Casey was let go, and then, Steve, they went 12 and 30 after he was gone.
Yeah, they struggled with his departure, and a lot of the players actually were sad to see him go. So, that's sometimes the case in the NBA. Coaches get blamed for everything, fairly or not. And in Casey's case, I respect the fact that he got back to work, did a great job in Dallas as an assistant, and is now the head man in Toronto trying to get this team turned around.
Johnson dishes to Livingston. He feeds it to Garnett. Can't get it to go. Some solid defense from Valanciunas. And DeRozan kicks to Vasquez. The dish to Valanciunas. Feeds to Vasquez. DeRozan launches it. No good from Ross.
Boy, but he was close, Kevin, to making the defense pay for lackadaisical coverage there.
Yeah, he had a really good look. I mean, he'll knock that down more often than not.
Pierce is guarded by Johnson. Pierce, the pass to Livingston. Back to Pierce. And the layup is good. Pierce has got 10.
After a big improvement defensively in 11-12, the Raptors took a step back in that department last year with all the moving parts, young players they added, and gelling that had to be done. You could see why that would have been the case.
Johnson sets the screen for DeRozan. Johnson kicks to Ross. That one falls, coming off the Johnson feed. And that's now 6 points now for Terrence Ross. And here are the Nets. They're on a 14-6 run. Well, we do know young teams struggle with D, as you were talking about, Clark, and the Raptors definitely fell into that category last season. Some athletic players for sure. And, they could get better this year and beyond, Steve, if they work as a unit. Of course, that'll be the key.
Yeah, they weren't bad by any means last season. I mean, they would end up near the middle or at least bottom third of every big defensive stat. But they made some strides, and I think this year they have to take that next step, and they've got to continue to build on what they have.
And let's now go to the sideline. We'll catch up here with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, guys, for Jason Kidd, who has taken over as head coach of the Nets with no coaching experience, certainly there's some apprehension about how he'll do. But one thing we are certain of, he knows how to lead. On Team USA, the coaching staff raved about Kidd's leadership in winning the gold in 2008. And former Knicks teammate Raymond Felton summed it up this way, saying, quote, "He's a great role model, a father figure who understands the game, understands life. I think he'll be a great coach. The guys will listen to him." Kevin?
I like his chances. Thanks. Back to Lowry. Shoots from the baseline. Here's Patterson. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Yeah, the defender draped all over him.
Pretty plain and simple. Got him good there.
All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Nets.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And the other thing they're doing is forcing a lot of turnovers, and that's helping them to get easy points at the other end.
And up and down season for the Nets last year, and the playoffs were just more of the same. They ended up getting knocked out by the Bulls in the only first-round matchup that went to 7 games.
Livingston kicks to Williams. Williams gets a screen from Blatche. Williams attacking. Gets it to go. Raptors trail by 6. Well, back to the Nets in the playoffs. They lost a game at Barclays early and looked to be on the ropes down 3-1 after 4 games, but they did well just to steal one in Chicago and force a Game 7.
What a strange series that was. The Bulls made that miracle comeback behind Nate Robinson in one game and then ended up going on the road to Brooklyn and winning Game 7. What a disappointment for the Nets in their debut season in Brooklyn.
Pass to Johnson. There's 1:38 left in the first half of basketball. 6 on the shot clock. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. Kirilenko is checked in for Sean Livingston. Toronto's gone outside a lot tonight. 17 times, in fact. 7 of 17. Patterson a screen on Johnson. Salmons kicks to DeRozan. Drains it from beyond the arc. DeRozan's got 8 points.
Boy, he found the perfect spot behind the arc there. Big gap in the defense.
Johnson outside. Kirilenko kicks to Williams. Back to Kirilenko. Johnson, just 5 to shoot. Fires the 3. Gets it to go. He's got 15.
Man, how'd he get that thing to go?
When you're hot, you're in fuego.
Patterson setting the pick for Salmons. Puts the lead pass in front of him. Stolen by Kirilenko. On the wing, Williams. Salmons covering. The 10-footer. Williams can't hit. Raptors trail by 4. Left side, Lowry. Lowry gets a screen from Novak. Lowry drives in. DeRozan with it. Williams picks him up. And the shot is good. Out to Kirilenko for 3. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And a tight game here as we end the first half. Nets lead by 1. Folks, stay tuned for the halftime show at Damon Bruce for all the highlights from our first half.
Now, presented by Sprint.
Saturday, the best day of the week. Let's make it even a little bit better with a halftime show. Brooklyn up on top against the Raptors at Air Camp.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. What can you say? Joe Johnson, an impressive effort here today.
Seemed like he made everything he got. I mean, anytime he had an open look, he took advantage of the opportunity there in that first half.
And Steve, they were all good looks. I mean, his shot selection has been terrific throughout the game. You know, one part of Joe Johnson's game that tends to get overlooked, guys, is his ability to create space with the dribble. He's got great size, and that ability makes him the potent scorer he is.
To tie. Brooklyn with the rebound. Pierce has got 4 rebounds in this game. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Easy call there.
No question about that one. You could hear the impact from where I am.
And for Joe Johnson, as you mentioned, Clark, great size, and he's comfortable, truly, Steve, from shooting anywhere on the floor.
Yeah, and whether it's a spot up or off the dribble, he can go either direction. He's so strong, excellent ball handling ability. But I think he could do a little more damage inside if he chose to. He's got the body to be a good post-up player.
You know, with so many injuries to his team during last season, Paul Pierce easily could have taken things light, but he just doesn't roll that way. I mean, as a matter of fact, he played through a pinched nerve in his neck just to stay on the court when his team needed him. He is truly one of the all-time great players in the league and one of the outstanding Celtics of all time, too, and that's saying a lot with all of the Hall of Famers that have worn the green and white.
You got to like his shot selection today. He set a good example for the rest of his teammates.
Now, here's Valanciunas. Defense is right there. Offensive rebound. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Well, most of all, I just love the work he puts in on the offensive glass. So many of his points come on putbacks just because of sheer hustle.
And another thing he's known for all over the league is what an angry shot blocker he is. He does it with an attitude when he knocks it out of the air and sends it behind the shooter.
He dishes it to Johnson. Defended by Ross. From 13, and Joe Johnson again. Johnson's got 21 in the game. And back to Paul Pierce last season. With Rajon Rondo out with that horrible ACL team, he really carried the Celtics.
Yeah, especially offensively. I mean, we saw the drain on his efficiency, the lowest field goal percentage for him in 9 years, but he still can shoot threes, still gets to the foul line. They relied on him an awful lot last season.
All sorts of time. Ross grabs the board. Ross has got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
Now still a great start to the half after hitting their first 3, even before that miss. Exceptional play to take the bump and still get it up and down.
Yeah, way to stay with it and look to finish the play right there.
The Raptors have shot just above 55% of the line, going 5 of 9.
Well, they were very pleased with their free throw numbers a year ago. They knocked down about 79% from the stripe as a team.
And, that just added to their confidence at the offensive end. I mean, knowing that free throw shooting was something they didn't have to worry about gave them a lot of confidence to play freely.
Livingston dishes to Williams. On the 3 off target. Raptors trail by 4. Kicks to Lowry. Leads him in there. It's stolen by Johnson. Johnson left side. Toronto's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Lowry against Johnson. Johnson with a screen on Johnson. Johnson, the pass to Lowry. He kicks to Ross. Shot clock at 6. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 6 assists in the game. Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
After the Rudy Gay trade sent Jose Calderon, Kyle Lowry said that now the Raptors were his team. And while that might be debatable, he's clearly got the talent to run a team at the point guard position.
A little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Johnson kicks to Williams. Lets it go from deep. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And back to Kyle Lowry, a good passer, also an amazing rebounder for a 6-foot-tall guard.
He's physical, doesn't mind throwing his weight around. He's confident. You can see how aggressive he is offensively, always looking to draw contact and get to the free throw line.
Brooklyn's gotten the 3-point bug tonight. They've taken 15 shots outside the arc. They're 6 of 15. Johnson dishes to Livingston. Back to Johnson. 3-pointer. Another miss by Johnson.
Well, he did have a 3-pointer in the first half, but so far here in the second, he's come up empty.
Pass to DeRozan. Valanciunas inside. Guarded by Garnett. Outside Lowry. He passes to DeRozan. Chance there to take the lead. Missing.
Hey, guys, the Raptors were at the bottom of the Atlantic Division once again this past season, but the silver lining there is that they seem to be improved as a team. The problem is the rest of the division improved right along with them.
Johnson, the pass to Garnett. Livingston. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. And here's Johnson outside. And Johnson missing again. Toronto's gone into a slump here from 3-point range, shooting just 1 of 5 here in the third. Well, the Raptors, the bottom of the Atlantic with the record of 5-11 against the rest of that division. They'll need to do better than that to climb out of the cellar this season.
Well, it's going to take a lot. Raptors won 34 games last year, but they still found themselves struggling to win games in the Atlantic. It is a good division, but they can make improvement. There's plenty of talent there, and I think that's going to be one of the keys this year, how well they play against teams in the Atlantic.
Dishes to Valanciunas. Working on Garnett. The feed to Ross. For the lead. And again, Toronto no luck. The Nets with the lead. Here is Livingston. Back to Garnett. They need this one. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Well, you know, when Rajon Rondo went down last season and the Celtics looked to be out of any title contention, Kevin Garnett, guys, became a very hot topic on the trade market. And with his ability and experience, that should be no surprise.
You talked about what Garnett can bring to a team. He's still an impactful player. Offensively, a deadly jump shooter. He reached 25,000 points last season with Boston. Also a great passer.
But it's defensively where he really makes his mark. One of the best defensive forwards I think the league has ever seen. His ability to communicate, to guard pick and roll, to switch out onto point guards and stay in front of them. And then the intensity, the intangible that he brings to your play.
Kept alive. Kicks it out to Johnson. Rejected by Teletovic. And here is Williams. He's got 7. Livingston kicks to Williams. Teletovic. And here's Anderson from the arc. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Johnson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Pass to Salmons. He feeds it to Lowry. From 11 feet away. Rebounded by the Nets. Garnett's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. So it looks like the Nets will retain possession here. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Brooklyn. Johnson comes in for Sean Livingston. Patterson bringing the double. Plumlee dishes to Teletovic. The pass to Plumlee. Valanciunas is there. Johnson kicks to Anderson. Back to Johnson. Good as the jump shot falls. Johnson's got 8 points here in this quarter.
Looked like he was trying to go for a degree of difficulty points on that shot.
Now here's DeRozan. 11 points in the game. Tipped. And now the fast break Anderson with the ball. Johnson kicks to Anderson. There's the dish to Plumlee. The shot no good. Excellent D there from DeRozan. Lowry passes to Valanciunas. Feeds to Patterson. Tries to snap the cold streak. Brooklyn with the rebound. Johnson attacking. The shot is off. Good work defensively by Lowry. Raptors trail by 5. It's Salmons on the wing. Outside Lowry. Pass to Patterson. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. Raptors have taken 10 shots from the free throw line up to this point and made 6 of them. 1 shot. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
After having a strangely off year from behind the arc in the 2011-12 season, John Salmons got back to his usual sharp shooting ways last year, guys. He shot over 37% from long range.
Nice play there on the inbounds. The defense really lost contact.
Anderson outside. Takes the 3. DeRozan with the rebound. DeRozan's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Salmons dishes to Patterson. DeRozan. Back to Patterson. 18 feet away and he knocks it down. They got on this roll a while ago and they just haven't looked back. Well, for Salmons, a starter last season in Sacramento, played almost as much as Tyreke Evans.
And that might be a stretch for Salmons at this point in his career. He's a decent passer and defender, but he shot under 40% from the field. You know, he's gotten older. He's been a very solid player throughout his career, but I think the older legs are starting to catch up. Great looking bounce pass to set up that play.
Outside Lowry. Lowry gets a screen from Valanciunas. Lowry with the ball. Williams picks him up. Salmons, no luck. Nets shooting at 44%, pretty reasonable. They set the screen. He dishes it to Teletovic. And the Nets, another 3.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Toronto calls timeout. Look at Joe Johnson. He's really been playing well.
He just continues to light them up. They're going to have to find a way to make him work harder for his point.
Raptors trail by 5. Salmons kicks to DeRozan. Johnson on him. DeRozan passes to Salmons. And it's sent back by Anderson.
Oh, boy, he is just cold as ice. I don't think he's going to be the one to help them cut into the lead.
And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. Now it's a 7-point Brooklyn lead. On the wing, Salmons. He's covered by Anderson. Salmons kicks to Valanciunas. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Well, they ran a nice play there, Kevin, to set up the easy dunk.
Yeah, he got help from his teammate and ran his man right straight into the pick.
Yep, and that's the offensive player's job. Run him into the screen.
And it was a great pick, too, Clark. I mean, he may have lowered his shoulder a little bit, but he got him pretty clean.
Kicks to Anderson. There's a minute 34 left in the third. Clock at 6. Williams, DeRozan defending. Williams can't get it to go.
He just has not been able to get into that groove yet, guys, but as a whole, it hasn't affected them too much.
He kicks to Patterson. No luck. Nice D from Teletovic. Brooklyn leading by 5. Into Johnson. It's good. Great play by Williams to set it up. And now it's up to 25 points for Joe Johnson. Lowry against Williams. Wide open look. Good. Salmons got 6. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting a troubling 38% in the third. Not the finest work of this offense. Williams dishes to Anderson. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. And the Nets lead by 7. Patterson with it. He's got 6. DeRozan on the wing from about 16. And yes, sir, that one drops. He's got 13.
I'll tell you what, he's made more than a few of those in his career.
Lowry against Williams. Plumlee sets the pick for Williams. Fires the 3. And there's Joe Johnson on the assist by Williams. And that's 28 points for Joe Johnson.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in the movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
The third quarter comes to a close. It's the Nets up 8. And the final period of play just about to start. Raptors trail by 8. Pass to Vasquez. Makes the lead pass. Patterson goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That one on Kirilenko. I like that they're taking it inside and taking advantage of each opportunity, Clark, to chip away at the deficit.
Yeah, and doing it with the dunk is a major energizer, too. Gets the momentum going.
Yeah, and I think the interior defense, as good a job offensively as we saw, the defensive presence was almost non-existent. They may see this lead disappear if they continue to give up those easy points.
Here's Thornton. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
You look at Marcus Thornton out of LSU, 6'4", a scoring guard. He can really light it up in a hurry off the bench.
And for Thornton, a second-rounder back in 2009. His size does hurt him defensively, but you'd have to say he's exceeded expectations, Clark.
I think so, Kevin. He surprised a lot of people with his ability to provide instant offense. He is pretty locked in with tunnel vision offensively. He's myopic now at that end of the floor. He's thinking about getting the ball and scoring the ball. But in his role, I think he's perfect for it.
Brooklyn leading by 7. Thornton off a pick from Blatche. Thornton against DeRozan. Thornton passes to Williams. Johnson outside. Shot clock at 5. No good. Nice D from Vasquez. DeRozan on the wing. He's guarded by Johnson. Dishes it to Vasquez. Off target from outside. Garnett shooting 47% from the floor. Getting it done. Thornton no good. Raptors trail by 7. DeRozan on the wing. Kicks it out to Vasquez. Novak. To the paint. Here's Lowry. Excellent D there from Thornton.
Well defended, and he's not someone who responds well to that kind of defensive pressure.
Here's Johnson. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
Tremendous output from Johnson. 28 points and 4 steals.
Well, his offense has matched his defense today. He's been excellent on both ends.
Steve, exactly right. You can't say enough about the overall job he's been doing. Can you believe the job they're doing at the foul line since halftime? I mean, they've been perfect so far.
Yeah, sometimes it's contagious. Everybody starts to get comfortable and relaxed, and everything goes in the hoop.
Patterson, he's checked in for Toronto. Salmons comes in for Kyle Lowry. And DeRozan picks to Salmons. A three-pointer is right on target.
Another good look there, and that's his second three-pointer of the game.
Brooklyn leading by 6. Outside Williams. Defended by Vasquez. Looking to end his cold spell. The shot by Williams no good. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from three-point range here in the 4th. And stolen by Thornton. Williams attacking. Rejected by Vasquez. That's out of bounds. Brooklyn will retain possession. And Brooklyn making a change here. Plumlee's checked in. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. They get a hand on it. Raptors trail by 6. Outside Lowry. Now the feed to Patterson. Raptors get it back. He passes it to Lowry. And the foul on Valanciunas. That's foul number 2 for him. DeRozan. He's checked in for John Salmons. For Brooklyn, they've gone a dismal 0 for 5 to get the 4th quarter underway. Williams attacking. Out to Kirilenko. Back to Williams. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. The Raptors have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the 4th quarter for them. The basket drops, and he gets fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming his way.
And you love the concentration. Gets hit, but stays with the play.
Yeah, he showed a lot right there. Plenty of concentration, finding a way to get that shot to fall.
Joe Johnson, he's checked in for Brooklyn.
And, you know, coming into the league out of Lithuania, Valanciunas, his reputation was more of a pick-and-roll big man, not the most skilled in the post, but he's starting to show some impressive moves with his back to the basket.
And Williams backs in. Puts it up from 15. Another miss by Williams.
Major defensive lapse right there. I mean, he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You've got to stay attached to him. They're lucky he couldn't punish them for it.
DeRozan dishes to Patterson. No good on the 3. Rolling back to Valanciunas, a good foul shooter for a 7-footer, almost 80% in his rookie season.
That's why this team values him so highly. He's very skilled for a big man. He can spread the floor. And then when you add in his rebounding and what seems to be a good work ethic and passion for the game, I think Valanciunas has a chance to be special.
2 on the clock. And it's out of bounds. The Raptors will take it the other way. Here is Lowry. Passes to DeRozan. He feeds it to Valanciunas. And there's the pass to Patterson. Wide open. And right on target. Good.
Nice kick out after the defense had collapsed on him.
Nets leading by 5. Outside Williams. There's the dish to Thornton. Back to Williams. Feeds it to Johnson. 6 on the shot clock. From deep, Thornton. And it's Kyle Lowry with the rebound.
This game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding is one thing that they've been able to dominate.
Yeah, they chased down that pumpkin often.
You know, the only tough part of that basket for him was getting into such good position. The rest of it seemed easy.
Now Williams. Pass to Plumlee. Valanciunas is there. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2. It's on Jonas Valanciunas.
Mason Plumlee, extremely athletic 7-foot senior out of Duke, a defensive hustle guy. Big man with great hops, much like his older brother Miles, drafted in 2012 by the Pacers.
Paul Pierce is checked in for Andre Kirilenko. And back to Plumlee, a banger at Duke. He seems to think he can spread the floor some in the NBA.
Well, you know, sometimes a guy's role is defined more in college. You can be the product of a system. And in the NBA, it's all about what can you do from a skill standpoint. I think he's got a chance to be a consistent offensive player in the league.
Patterson can't get it to go. Nets leading by 5. Johnson right side. The basket is good off the assist from Williams. That's now 32 points for Joe Johnson. He dishes it to Ross. No one near him. Will not go. This is off the front iron. And for Brooklyn, they're shooting just 30% from the field here in the 4th. Thornton with it. Now guarded by Ross. Here's Pierce. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
Toronto needs to do a better job guarding against Pierce.
He's got 10 points, and he's got 2 baskets from out in three-point land.
I'm sure they'd like to get him a few more of those, so look for them to run some screens for him, try to pop him open.
Sean Livingston, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Patterson a screen on Johnson. Kicks it to Ross. There's the 3. Good on the shot.
There's no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
And Williams, here we go. He kicks it to Johnson. Jacks up a 3. Shot's good. Johnson's got 35 in the game.
Getting the feel out there from long range, guys. That's his second 3 of the half.
Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. And stolen by Darren Williams. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Moving it up. Here's DeRozan. Great pass to set up the way-in.
He's very savvy in traffic. When he gets inside, has a kind of an uncanny way of shielding himself from contact and finding a way to finish at the rim.
And something else everybody loves about him is his ability to do the sensational and spectacular. His dunks simply defy description at times. You know, this is a trend that's catching on more and more in the NBA, and now DeMar DeRozan can be added to the list. He dips his hands in wax prior to the game, so he has a soft feel of the ball. The paraffin wax, we call it.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. And for DeRozan, Coach Casey wants him aggressive, attacking the basket. He needs that soft touch.
Well, DeRozan, yeah, he has to become a better shooter. And as he does, it will make him that much more effective when he's putting up the ball on the floor and getting to the rim, which he's already so good at. He is bombing it today. How many more threes are we going to see from him?
Well, we've already seen plenty. The majority of his points have come on that shot.
Williams kicks to Johnson. 17-foot shot on the way. And that one's good. Johnson's got 37.
His work at the offensive end has been phenomenal. Maybe reason number 1, they're ahead.
Ross kicks to Patterson. Toronto working the ball around now. DeRozan gets a screen from Valanciunas. Here's Patterson. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got assist number 8 here in this one already. Livingston kicks to Johnson. Pass to Pierce. The 10-footer. And, yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim.
He is setting this place on fire, fellas. His shooting has been off the charts.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Yes, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was just going over the plan with his team. He wants them to pick it up and really go for it right now, saying, no time like the present, gentlemen. Embrace it. Embrace the spotlight, and let's make it happen. Kevin, let's see what they can do.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. Nets leading by 3. Left side Williams. Left side Williams. And Plumlee kicks to Livingston. 6 to shoot. The feather touch on the finger roll. Beautiful. And the Nets lead by 5.
Oh, man, he goes old school on us with the finger roll.
Stolen by Pierce. Williams with the ball. Now Valanciunas defending. Williams passes to Livingston. Clock at 6. Outside Pierce. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Livingston. And it's a 7-point Brooklyn lead. Here is Ross. Back to Lowry. This is to DeRozan. Lowry kicks to Ross. And a miss there on the triple.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, they were very lucky defensively because there was some miscommunication there. They left him wide open.
Pierce kicks to Livingston. Plumlee. Some solid defense here from Valanciunas. Outside Lowry. Here's the 3, and the shot is good.
Boy, they've come out of halftime just smoking hot from behind the arc.
Hey, trust me on this one, partner. They are going to continue to let him fly.
Kevin Garnett is checked in for Mason Plumlee. DeRozan against Johnson. It's Pierce on the wing. Back to Johnson. The feed to Williams. 5 to shoot. From the arc. Offensive rebound, Nets. Livingston kicks to Pierce. 1:30 left in the fourth quarter. No good. And Toronto will come the other way. Back to Johnson. Passes it to Ross. Shoots the 3. A rebound by the Nets. Pierce has got his 5th rebound in this one.
I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole because he's not helping their offense.
Offensive rebound. And the layup's good off the glass. And it's 6 points for Kevin Garnett. Raptors trail by 6. Outside Lowry. Valanciunas. Here's Ross. Buries it. What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3.
He's been on a tear from the three-point line this game.
Brooklyn's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Williams kicks to Johnson. 41 seconds left to play here in the fourth. It's in! This could be a turning point.
Kevin, critical possession here.
Ross. From outside, off the mark. And they go to the intentional foul. So the first one drops, and that increases their lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
And the lead now pretty healthy after that trip to the line. And this game is finally getting away from them.
Yep, it has gotten away. There's not really anything they can do now.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. There's a good screen. Valanciunas, guarded by Garnett. Three-pointer, Lowry. It's rebounded by Livingston. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. He drops the first one, and that stretches their lead to 8. And a new group in for the Nets. And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 9-point ball game here.
And it just feels like those are the free throws that probably put this game out of reach.
And so it's Brooklyn with the win. They came, they saw, they conquered.
Hey, Kevin, to me, any win is a good win.
Well, that'll do it. For Dorisburg, Steve Cook.